All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ethics and Society. I am your host, and my name is David DiDomenico. Um, if you're watching this, you are enrolled in my summer section of Ethics and Society. And so this is just like a quick introductory video where I explain the structure of our course and where to find things like on our Canvas page. I'm also going to be putting all of our lecture videos on YouTube for easy access. Apologies in advance, the quality is kind of low on those videos. The main reason for that is that the file size just becomes unbearably large when the video quality is high. But you can still read the text on the videos. You can still hear the audio clearly. And it's not like you need a super clear image of my face or anything to really succeed in the course. So all will be well. I'm going to share our syllabus so that, yeah, here we go. So we can see what's going on in our class. So here's our syllabus. It's available right on our homepage, on our Canvas page. And you can see, my email information on the first page of the syllabus. It gives you a quick course description. It tells you what our textbook is. Our textbook, we're using the 5th edition. It's this book, Doing Ethics by Lewis Vaughn, but you can also get the 4th edition. That will be good too. You can get a hard copy. You can get an e-copy. There are, PDFs of this textbook that you can get on the internet and whatnot. But the lecture videos that I'm posting to YouTube involve me just talking through the chapters. So it is, of course, possible to succeed in this course without getting the textbook. I would encourage you to get it. When you read the material, that'll help you understand what's going on. It will give you like an extra avenue to understanding the material rather than just hearing me kind of lecture about it. But yeah, if you have difficulty reading and you really don't want to get the textbook, you can, of course, succeed in the course without getting it and just paying attention to the lecture videos. All right, so the learning outcomes for our course, I'm not going to talk about it in detail here, about each one of them, but one huge skill that gets honed in a course like this is critical thinking. So we're going to be thinking in a critical way about ethics, and that's a super valuable skill to hone. It's applicable to not just the study of ethics, but also to the study of anything else. Like you can use critical thinking to study biology or law, any of the sciences, so on and so forth. We're going to do a little bit of communicating in this class. There's going to be one class presentation where you're working with one or two other students in the class to, effectively present some interesting issue in ethics. And so that'll be for the last week in this semester. Week 5 for us will be the presentation week and also our final exam week. I'll say more about that in just a few moments. But the last learning outcome is simply social responsibility. So since we're learning about ethical issues, we're going to be learning about many issues that pertain to civic responsibility and are relevant to things like, deciding what the law should say about various issues, how to structure society in terms of political structure and whatnot. All right. And then personal responsibility. That's one more I forgot. But yeah, clearly what we're going to be talking about in this class as it pertains to ethics is going to relate to individual ethical decision-making. So hopefully you'll find some of this practically useful to you. All right. In terms of your grade, there's 5 components. So there's a class presentation the last week of classes, also a final exam the last week of classes. There are 3 exams before that. These are all short answer exams that you're going to take on Canvas, and the due dates for each of those exams can be found on our schedule below down here, right under the grading scale, which is the standard grading scale. But here's our schedule. So you'll want to refer to this probably at multiple points throughout the semester. Our first week, which is this week, you can see what the topics are. So the reading schedule for our first week is going to be chapters 1 through 3. And so there are lecture videos associated with each of those chapters that you should watch. There's no assignments due this week. There's also a introductory video to ethics and society, aside from this one, where it just kind of like exposes you to the content of this course. So here I'm just talking about the structure and our syllabus, but there's another one that it, gives you a kind of introduction to what ethics is, how we're going to be thinking about approaching ethics in this class. So that's also available on YouTube, and the link for all of these videos, or links for all of these videos, are right on our Canvas page. But the first assignment that's officially due is the first written exam, due July 16th by midnight on Canvas. And I'll show you how to access those exams. But this schedule is pretty self-explanatory. And again, I would suggest, just referring back to it at various points in the semester, just so you know where we are and where we're moving next. All right, so there's some course policies here that you can read through. The only thing I'm going to highlight about these course policies, since this is a fully online course, is the section on, or the sections on academic honesty and plagiarism, right? So the big temptation in online courses nowadays, especially a course like this one, is to use online AI to help you succeed in the course, like ChatGPT, which is just an online chatbot that you can ask questions. It's okay, of course, to use ChatGPT in a class like this. Like if you have a question about ethics and maybe, you're afraid to ask me, or you just are curious to know what ChatGPT would say, you can talk to these chatbots about our course content. That's no big deal. The problem becomes, obvious when students are using ChatGPT to answer things like short answer questions on the written exam, or to, write a paper for you. That is impermissible in a class like this. So, in other words, it's okay to ask ChatGPT questions about the course content. Just don't use its output in your answers, because it's highly likely that will get caught and things won't be good for you. And it's not really a good thing to do if the goal is to learn. Just copy and paste what an AI chatbot tells you. All right, so just none of that in this class. If you have any questions about plagiarism, or if you feel like you're struggling to express your ideas in this class, some of these ideas are going to be ones that you haven't necessarily written or spoken about before, most likely. Maybe many of you have. Just talk to me. I'm an approachable person. My goal is to help you succeed in this course. It's not to, be some strict judge where my goal is to fail students or anything like that. I'm here to help. I like to talk about ethics in a plain way, right? In informal, plain terms. And so if you ever feel like you're having trouble expressing your ideas in this class, feel free to set up a Zoom meeting with me, or just send me an email and we can talk about it. We can figure out some strategies to guide you along. All right, so in terms of the written exams, each one you'll take on Canvas. It's going to just be a few short answer questions that you type out, and then I'll give you your grade back within like a week, maybe a few days. And so those are pretty straightforward. In terms of the class presentation, so the other major assignment aside from the exams, what you're going to do is we're going to figure out who your partners are going to be. And then you, along with your partners, are going to decide on one article from this website that's called 1000wordphilosophy.com. You're going to go to the ethics section of that website, and you're going to select an article to present. So you'll create a PowerPoint where you just have a few slides that, you know, kind of gloss over the content in the article, but you explain what the article's about in your presentation, and you give your own evaluation of the article. Like, did you find it interesting or useful? Do you agree with what the author said? Do you disagree with anything that they said? Were their arguments good? Their arguments used to support their ideas or their views, were they any good or were they bad? So let me take you over to 1000-word philosophy so you can see what it looks like. So 1000wordphilosophy.com. All right, so let me share my screen again. There it is. All right, so here's 1000-word philosophy. And if you click on all essays, and then you click on ethics right here, whoops, ethics, you can see all of these articles on ethics. And you can, again, choose with your group members which one you want to do. And that's that, right? So lots of topics here. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing this. Now you know where you need to go to select an article. And then once you have your article selected, you can structure your PowerPoint in the way explained here in the syllabus. If you have further questions on how to make a PowerPoint presentation, I would suggest doing it on Google Slides. That way you can all work on it, you know, at different times or at the same time from the comfort of wherever you are. You just do all of this online. And yeah, if you have questions about how to create a PowerPoint, or you find your topic article confusing, you have any questions at all about it, just let me know. The goal is to create a 10 to 15-minute presentation where you present to me, and then I sort of give you some feedback. I ask you some questions, so there's going to be like a little question and answer period where I get to ask you some questions about the topic that you chose, and then you answer the questions, and that's that. All right, so there's a rubric here for how I'm grading the presentation. You can look through that. There's a little bit more about where to find, you know, extra information for your presentation. So maybe you read your article that you choose and you decide, well, you'd like to learn a little bit more about it for the purposes of the presentation. The Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy and the Internet Encyclopedia of Philosophy, these are really great resources that can help you. I would recommend not just Googling questions about ethics or philosophy. There's a lot of junk, bad information online about these topics. Many of these topics are things that, you know, they're highly specialized topics that researchers and academics understand well and can describe well, but don't often just like put it out on blogs or just on general Wikipedia pages or things like that. So you have to go to like these internet archives where actual professionals do sort of explain what's going on in many of these areas, right? Many of these topics that you might choose from. All right, so let me stop sharing the syllabus. And now I'm going to go back and share Google Chrome so that you can see our Canvas page. Here's what our Canvas page looks like. Right when you log into Canvas, it should just take you to like the home page or the syllabus page. I don't know which one it is, but it's going to look like this. And you can download our syllabus there. The links to the lecture videos will be available right underneath. So right now you can just see Doing Ethics Chapter 1, but I'm going to have the rest of them available, at least, you know, probably the first half of our course lecture videos available right at the beginning of our semester, and then upload the rest of them, you know, hopefully by like week 3 or something like that. But that's where you get the videos. And then everything down here is just our syllabus. I just copy and pasted it. Maybe some of you are on devices where it's hard to click this and download the syllabus. I don't know, because I think it'll open as a Microsoft Word document. Maybe you don't have Word on your phone or anything like that. So you could just scroll through this and read the syllabus if you want to. Right? But that's this exact same thing that you would get if you just click here to download syllabus. Anytime any of you want to meet with me to chat about things, just let me know. We can set up a meeting. Whenever we do that, there will be a Zoom room here. You just click on Zoom. I can also just email you a link to our Zoom room. So you could just ignore this link too. It's not a big deal. But assignments, the next tab over here, is where you take the exams. So you take the exams right here, 1, 2, 3. These will be available to you to take at any point in the semester, but the due dates are all just shown right there. You just take them before the due date. If you want to work ahead, that's fine. I don't necessarily discourage any of you from working ahead. It's already pretty fast-paced, 5 weeks, a lot of content in each week. But if you're really bored, you have nothing else to do, feel free to work ahead. Your grade will always be available under grades. You can ignore people. I don't know if people's going to show you. Maybe it shows you who else is in the course. Yeah, so it'll show you the other students in the course. And then files gives you access to our PowerPoint slides that we're using. And there's also a document here that I suggest you look through about how to give a presentation in a philosophy class. This is a philosophy class. So you can read through that. The PowerPoint slides available here are the ones that I use in the lecture videos. And I think that is pretty much it in terms of the structure of our course. Again, as I said a little bit ago, I also am going to post to YouTube an introductory video to our course content that will just tell you a little bit about what ethics is, our methodology that we're using in this class, how we're thinking about studying ethics, and just give you some basic examples of some ethical questions that we're going to entertain in this class and take seriously. So that's it as far as this video goes. Welcome to our course. I really love and am passionate about teaching ethics and philosophy more generally. So yeah, I always encourage students, feel free to reach out to me. Happy to chat with any of you throughout this semester. Best of luck to you all, and see y'all later.